Jeff Bezos says, the country is in trouble if big tech turns its back on the Pentagon. Quote, we are the good guys. It's amazing the world we live in where companies that have grown up in our country have to defend us as being the good guys. If you haven't been paying attention, there is this big push for tech to not do business with our government, the Pentagon, with other military organizations because they're evil. Now, there is definitely evil things that have been done. There's definitely bad actors. But to say that overall our military, our country is evil is a little crazy to me. Now, there's a difference in my mind between sinful, needing to put God first, and being evil. There's definitely the point to be made that our country needs to repent and turn back to God. But then to say that we are evil in the sense that these liberals are saying it is a little strange to me. And it's just a sign of the times of where we are at. A little more about this later on in the show. Welcome to How to Build a Tent. My name is Matt Williams. Thank you for listening, sharing the show, tagging a friend. All of you subscribers, really appreciate it. We're part of the Fight, Laugh, Feast network. Over to fightlaughfeast.com. Put in HTBT in the memo field to get a sweet mug, tons of great content, but most of all, you'll be coming alongside of us as we proclaim the Lordship of Jesus in every area of life. I got the hiccups. It's going to make for an interesting podcast. Go over to fightlaughfeast.com, put in HTBT in the memo field, and you'll get all of that. So please prayerfully support us. Think about becoming a member or gifting the membership. You get your first month free in December. So do that now and help support this network as we are growing and trying to come out with great content to bless you and all your friends and family that you know. Alphabet has lost their two founding members, CEO, President Sergey Brin and Larry Page. They have stepped down, and they basically framed it in a sense that they're like becoming parents and being more hands-off. It's a really interesting relationship, but it is a great story or a great example of the left eating their own. There has been tons of conflict with Google. The company that once used to brag about how they did no harm and that was in their documents and part of their mission that they would do no harm. And yet it seems like they have scandal left and right. They're firing people. They are getting accused of harassment, discriminatory, and yes, even working with people like the Pentagon, who Jeff Bezos is defending. One of the biggest controversies, or a big controversy in Alphabet, that is the parent company of Google, is Project Maven, where they were helping to build military drones. And the left could not stand for it. And so the left went after one of their biggest companies, one of their biggest fighters for the left, the Alphabet. It's amazing how self-consuming the left is. Project Mayhem. You cannot build military drones. Maven. I said Mayhem. That's the insurance commercial. I love that commercial, by the way. Mayhem. Oh, those are so funny. I love them so much. Project Maven. Military drones. You cannot do that. You cannot help build military equipment if you are on the left. Another scandal that happened at Google. 4 Googlers were fired for trying to form a union. Interesting. The unions, the left's moneymaker, the left's sacred cow, or one of the sacred cows. How is the left, the Googlers, Larry Page, Sergey, going to create an environment where they won't allow unions in their own liberal company? Can you smell the hypocrisy? They're eating their own. More and more examples come out every day. It's apparent now, isn't it, that the left just eats their own and protest over sexual harassment, the Me Too movement. Now, if there is a culture of true sexual harassment, and it's sad that we have to caveat and qualify what sexual harassment is. There shouldn't have to be qualifications. There shouldn't have to be caveats. We should all be clear about what sexual harassment is. But because of the lightweight, oppressive culture that we live in, that everyone is a victim, everything that is done could be considered sexual harassment, we have to qualify it now. If it is true that there was truly sexual harassment throughout the company, then maybe that is a reason to resign. It probably is. But if it is just, hey, that person looked at me wrong, hey, I didn't like how they said something, even though the words themselves weren't anything harassing, then again, another example of Alphabet eating their own, the left eating their own. Here's a good one. Project Dragonfly, Google's attempt to make a special censored search engine for China. You know, before Donald Trump became president, how often did you hear about how evil China was? How much, or did you ever hear about how China is spying, stealing our information technology, that they are quenching free speech in the country? You might have heard about that. Have you heard about the concentration camps that they have for Muslims? How they are giving you a score based on how loyal you are to the party? Google is helping censor China, or helping the Chinese censor their people with their search engines. It makes you wonder if they're doing that here. It makes you wonder if they're doing it against their political adversaries in the United States. If they're doing it in China, why wouldn't they do it here? Do no harm? I don't think so. On a lighter note, this is an interesting one for those of you who are millennials like myself in the later days, or the older days of the millennial generations. I myself am just about to turn 35. Nintendo, a near and dear system to my heart. Just following Atari, my second console I ever had. Their best sales week ever for their Switch. 3 years old. Now, that is striking for many ways because technology usually in the third year is outdated. So to see the best sales week ever from a 3-year-old product is absolutely amazing. But why? Why are we seeing their best sales week after 3 years? Well, let's look at their competitors. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out in 2013. Switch came out in 2017. So their competitors haven't come out with a new product in 4 years. Nintendo sales have been doing really well. If you look at the stock of Nintendo, it's been doing pretty great. I think they trade on the Japanese market. But their competitors are outdated and old. And it is going to change. I hear PlayStation 5 is coming out in the next year. And I really bring up this story not because I want to reminisce about Super Mario, Luigi, Princess, and I forget all the other ones. Toad, Bowser, Wowzer, all of those, great characters in Mario Kart, which is my favorite Mario of all time. That Mario Kart one was fantastic. That in the James Bond 007 with Odd Job, that little guy, you could barely ever shoot him. Oh, it was great. You hide in the vents. You remember that game? Odd Job 007 is fantastic. But I bring this up because there are things that could impact your company, your startup, your career, your project, your division, your finances, your investment portfolio. That has nothing to do with the company itself. Your company, the company you work for, the companies you're investing in. Competitors play an important role. And I don't think sometimes we give the competitors enough of the credit on how they positively or negatively impact our businesses. And this is a great case of it. I guarantee you that PlayStation 5 is going to dominate the market next year when it comes out. And Switch will not have a better sales week ever than it has right now. Unless they come out with something new, unless they come out with a new way to innovate and to iterate a new platform that consumers will want more than the PlayStation 5. It has nothing to do with the product per se, but it's with the competitors. And that is why you can never rest on your laurels, whatever that means. I think that means basically you just can't sit back and relax. At least that's how I'm using it right now. You can email me, let me know, matt@howtobuildatent.com, how to build a tent, social media sites. Please give me a subscribe, give me a follow. You can tell me, what does that mean, resting on your laurels, if I am using it wrong? So when we get back, I want to talk about the grade A marketing of this one company. It was absolutely fantastic. And it wasn't even difficult, or it isn't something that you couldn't replicate yourself in your small business, your side hustle. These are really great examples, and we're going to get to them in a second. But first, we got to talk about Skillshare. Get out of the rut. Find ways to be creative, to foster creativity, to develop your skills, expand your creative fire. Skillshare is an online learning community for the creator in all of us. They have thousands of classes: graphic design, photography, creative writing, music production, film, market freelance, entrepreneurship, storytelling, leadership. Their classes are on demand so you can learn at your own pace. Get inspired, join a class, and create something you'll love. You're going to get 2 months free when you go to Skillshare.com/HTBT. I love their classes because when I'm on the go and I just have a few minutes or maybe an hour, a break between different projects I'm working on, I can just go log on and watch an episode, watch a class, and get a little better, get a little more value in my life, hone a skill a little more sharper. The community they have created is absolutely fantastic. Join the millions of students that have already started learning on Skillshare. Get 2 months free when you sign up at Skillshare.com/HTBT. 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. Get started today by heading to Skillshare.com/HTBT. Sign up there. That's Skillshare.com/HTBT. What company has a great marketing game? A grade A marketing game. Walmart. Have you noticed how many Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week emails that you had? Did you ever sign up for those? I got them on at least 4 different email addresses I have. I never signed up for Walmart emails, but I got them. I got them about specials, about the day specials, about the week specials, what's going on with TVs, what's going on with electronics, what's going on with vacuums. I was getting so many updates on sales that Walmart was having out of the blue. Well, it was because it is the season for I was going to say real estate. That's not what it is. Whatever you want to call it. Resale. That's what I wanted to look for. The resale industries. Walmart. Super annoying from a consumer perspective, but great work from a business perspective. I mean, honestly, how many emails did it take before you started looking at it? I think I finally clicked on a Walmart ad after the 3rd email I saw from them. It took 3 emails over the course of several days to get me to finally click. They're really annoying, but they are really effective. You have to admit it. Like, honestly, how many emails did it take for you to finally look at what Walmart was having a special on? It's interesting to think about it like that, right? Because we think like, oh, it's annoying. Like, how did they get my email? Unsubscribe. But you don't really appreciate how many emails, how many times it takes to bother you till you finally open up an email, which is the goal. If you just opened up your first email that you saw and they knew it, then they would stop sending you so many. But because our human nature and our human behavior is to get nagged before we finally do it, husbands, that's what it takes, and that's what we get. A listener, Jenny, emailed me another strategy of Walmart, which absolutely is brilliant. And thank you, Jenny, for letting me know about this. And if you guys have any examples of great business or bad business or ideas of what businesses can be doing, give me an email, matt@howtobuildatent.com. I'd love to hear from them. Maybe I'll be able to incorporate them into the story like this one. But Jenny ordered a few things on Walmart, and inside the package came a blank gift card that could be charged. And she pointed out, well, I want to be able to give people a tangible gift. And all I have to do now is go online and charge this card, and I can give them this physical gift. I don't have to go into the store to do it. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift that you can tangibly give somebody, you don't want to go into the store, well, from your order, you have this blank card to use. Isn't that genius? And that is something that you could replicate too. Maybe you don't have gift cards. Maybe you could use gift cards, but maybe you could put gift certificates or something that could be activated with a code, or there's different ways you think about it. Like, how can you integrate existing sales to leverage more business? That is what Walmart is thinking. And as far as the emails go, you can subscribe and you can buy email lists like Walmart has to bug people as well. You just can't be a little shy. You can't be too shy. So those are some marketing tips. There is some insight into the Silicon Valley and Google and Alphabet. Take these, learn from these, build on these. Let's go out and be successful. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.